Welcome back to the briefing room. Again, joining us on set here, we have Jenny Naidu from the Novi Youth Council, as well as Miss Sarah Ponzo from sarahsjourney.com. Jenny, I know you guys have an event coming up tonight, and you want to tell us a little about it?
Okay, well, it's called LEAP, Living Extraordinarily and Positively. And, well, basically, we're going to have Sarah speak tonight. It's about her story. It's kind of like an inspirational thing. We're hoping to really get families talking about her story and, like, you know, have a normal conversation that normally wouldn't have existed. Tonight, all ages are welcome, parents and youth. So we're hoping to have a really good time tonight.
Outstanding. And that's going to be at the Oak Point Church, located on 10 Mile Road, just west of Wixom Road. And if I'm not mistaken, we have youth from the Novi High School, Northville, South Lyon, Wall Lake Western, so it's going to be a great, and youth and parents are both welcome. Outstanding. And I know you guys have been planning this for a long time, for about 2 or 3 months in the making. And we really have to thank our corporate partners in Anheuser-Busch for bringing Sarah to us here, and we're really fortunate to have you to kind of tell that message. And again, I'll reiterate how it comes at a great time because of the prom and graduation season and the Drink Responsible campaign that Anheuser-Busch has, and how they encourage the anti-drinking for teens, and then obviously for the parents to make sure that they're always having that responsibility message sent home.
I've gotten my presentation from coast to coast because of the Anheuser-Busch wholesalers, and with great thanks to Hubert Distributors, which is the Anheuser-Busch wholesaler who is sponsoring me to be here today. I wouldn't be able, I mean, most, to fund schools, to fund presentations as speakers like this, most schools don't have the money or groups, to fundraise. I mean, that's probably a hard thing to do to, try to get money together. So, with the Anheuser-Busch, I mean, and these people have kids too.
Absolutely.
That's what people need to realize. It's just, they have, one of their main messages is, please drink responsibly. And when it comes to underage drinking and drunk driving, no tolerance. No tolerance. Yep. And they have programs like mine and many others, to get that message across.
How many times have you given this across the country?
Oh, that's a good question. Anheuser-Busch would probably, at the corporate offices in St. Louis, to have the numbers, but my presentation, I mean, I've done in the thousands. I've been doing it for 5.5 years. This is my 4th year sponsored by Anheuser-Busch. But it's just a really great partnership.
And you obviously feel invigorated every time that you're out there presenting.
I have a job where I get up every morning and I get to go to a gym or an auditorium and possibly save somebody's life that day. Not very many people across the country get to do something like that. And I think I'm just blessed to have that opportunity. I mean, I can tell that my presentation, just by the looks on their faces while I'm giving the presentation, it's everybody focused on me, waiting for me to spit out what I'm going to say. The emails that I get are unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, to a point where I sometimes can't believe that I've done that for somebody just by being myself for an hour. It's just amazing the response that I get.
For those of us for those individuals who might not get to go see you, and we'll all be together later on at Oak Point, give us a few tidbits of what you're going to tell the kids and some of maybe the major themes that you're going to try to hit home with.
Major theme number 1 would be the consequences of poor choices. What we need to understand as individuals and as teenagers is that if you make poor choices, bad things can happen. And bad things, sometimes happen to good people. My second main message is family. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about my mom or talk about my mom. Now, this woman, when I was growing up in high school and early 20s, was the spawn of Satan to me. Me and her did not get along very well, and that was how it was.
Right.
And in the end, all these people that I pushed my family away for, my friends, I thought were my friends at the time. After everything that I had gone through in the last 6.5 years, how many of those friends do you think have still stood by my side?
Probably many.
Not one. But who never left my side?
Your family.
My family. So that is a great way I make these high school students see that how important family should be to them. My last main message would probably have to be, judging people, making fun of people. It's a great message for high school students because the number one thing in high school is bullying. For the first time in my life, I've had to deal with what I say mean part of society is. Deal with the constant stares and the whispers and the comments, and I talk about I give my little message on that on
outstanding.
Yeah,
and I think it all comes down, I know we preach this to the men and women in the police departments, the fire department, but I also tell it to my own 2 sons, is you have to treat people like you'd want to be treated.
Exactly.
And as leaders, yourself as a motivational speaker, a leader, Jenny as a youth council leader, it's your responsibility to take those individuals who might not be as prepared or as knowledgeable as you are, and to help them grow too, because everyone needs to have that same opportunity, and it just comes down to treating everyone like you'd want to be treated, not looking at someone differently because of the color of their skin or the fact that they might be missing a limb. It's just treating everyone with that same amount of decency and respect.
And I will go ahead and say that, how you say treat people how you would want to be treated, I know I'm different. I know people are going to look, but it's the fact of, don't be scared to ask what happened. Don't be scared to be afraid to talk to me because I look different. Open your eyes and treat me like you would treat somebody as yourself.
Right.
So it's a great message.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the LEAP event tonight at Oak Point.
Me too.
Jenny, getting feedback from some of your fellow youth councils on we're going to have a good turnout tonight?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone is really excited about this event. Our friends, everyone's been talking about it. So
I understand you guys even had a Facebook page set up to where you're getting some feedback from people.
We invited all our friends. Yep.
Outstanding.
That's cool.
And what do you think what type of reception are you looking forward to tonight? I know you got a great one earlier today in Holly.
Yeah, I think this one will be a little bit different for me because of the fact of parents will be there. I tend to be more emotional when parents are there. I'm emotional every time I give pretty much my presentation because I talk about some feelings that are kind of hard for me to speak about. But when I have family there with their children there with them, it's a complete different response. It's a complete different effect. Yeah. I want the parents to know that I'm backing everything that they say. I just deliver it in a different way.
Yeah, teens go through those years that you're going to talk about, I'm sure, where moms and dads don't know much and they're experts in everything.
Exactly.
And I think we've all been there at some point in time throughout our lives, but yet we really learn that our moms and dads are there for a reason. They're there to guide us because they've been through the same things that we're going through. So one
of the things that I do carry really heavy on too is the realizing that hey, nobody's family's perfect either, because a lot of like me, I mean, I didn't have a father while growing up, so my advice to them on that is grasp a hold of what you have, and these are the people that you make your memories with. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be the perfect setting. Yeah. So that's another main message
that's a great message, Sarah. Jenny, anything in closing that you would like to share with us, or?
I'm just very excited about tonight to even watch her speak. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I am too. And I really want to thank our partnerships with not only the Novi Youth Council, but also Anheuser-Busch and sarahsjourney.com. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to share with the greater Novi community about some of the dangers that these children can look at. So my hat's off, and I appreciate the efforts of both of you. And to you, the viewing audience, I appreciate your time and look forward to seeing you on the next briefing room.